Coach, with the history that you have with Derrick Rose, how much joy do you take in games like today where he could knock down quick 5 points and then find Reggie in the corner for the 3 and then turn around and affect the Bledsoe shot and just do all the things that he needs to do to help you win these games?
Well, that's who Derrick is. He's always been that type of guy. He's a great teammate, always puts the team first, and he's had a hell of a career. And if people look at him closely, you see he's played, other than the times that he was not healthy, he's played very well throughout his career. But no moment's too big for him. He has a lot of poise under pressure. The play that he made to pull people in, to set up Reggie for that. We had a number of people step up. Nerlens block, Reggie shot. Julius threw out, the scoring timely baskets. Kevin Knox going in, doing a good job. Frank doing a good job, quick, stepping up late. And that's what you need. You need everyone. And, we didn't play great in the second half, but we found a way to win the game.
Steph Bondy.
Tom, on Reggie's three-pointer to send the game into OT, I mean, did you think they were good? How did you play that? I mean, were you shocked that Reggie was that wide open?
No, I think, in game plays like that at the end of the game, you never know how it'll unfold. And Derrick's great at putting pressure on the rim like that. And he made a great rim read. And so you want to make the right play, the winning play. And that's what I like about the way Derrick can work a game. He'll recognize what's going on and what's needed, and he'll create situations like that.
Mark Berman.
Hey, Tom. It looked like New Orleans would pull it out, but I mean, what do you think overall of the Zion versus Julius heavyweight battle there?
Like two bulls going at it. It's like, and the physicality of it, the skill level of it, and I'm glad we got the guy that we have. And Julius is our engine. He made big play after big play. Commands a lot of attention. Makes everyone better. But the two fierce competitors. It was a great game, back and forth. It was a very physical game. They have great size in the paint. So I think with both teams, it's very difficult to guard those guys individually. So you have to commit the second defender, and that creates easy offense for others. And that team is a very well-coached team. Getting Lonzo Ball back makes them different. Ingram's a tough cover. They have a lot of good pieces, and the only thing that's really slowed them down is their health. But it was a good, solid win for us.
Mike Vaccaro.
Tom, you obviously coached Derrick when he was at his absolute zenith, winning an MVP award in his early 20s. What kind of a different player is he now, all these years later, all the tread on the tires, all the injuries? But how would you compare him now to what he was when he was young?
Well, I think he did it early on, like most young players, with his talent, and he didn't have the experience that he has now. So he's got the mental part down now. So you combine the mental with the talent, and you're getting a different type of player. He doesn't have maybe the same type of athleticism, but he does have the same quickness, and he puts enormous pressure on you. But I think the experiences that he's had, he's learned a lot over the years. And I always felt, and I told him this when I brought him to Minnesota, that he had a great start to his career, derailed some by the injuries to go through 3 consecutive years. Most guys couldn't get through that. One year is very difficult to get through. But to do it 3 and then to come out on the other side, and I think he'll have a great finish to his career as well.
Thank you, Coach.
Yeah.
If you have a question, raise your hand and I'll bring you into the room. Rebecca Harlow.
Reggie, I'll start with you since I already spoke to Derrick on the walk-off there. But what can you say about his playmaking ability, the way that he was able to find you for that corner 3? And at that point, it looked like that shot was so automatic for you.
I mean, he's great in the pick and roll. You know, he draws a lot of attention for him in the pick and roll. So players like myself, other shooters on my team, we just got to stay space, and he always going to make the right read. He's an aggressive scorer also, too. So you got to play him for the pass and for the scoring ability that he has. So, I mean, he kicked it out. He trusted in me to be able to knock the shot down, and that's what I did. And I thank him and my teammates, you know, for continuing to tell me to shoot all night.
Steph Bondi.
Hey, Derrick. Were you two questions actually, and two different kind of questions. But the first one is, were you surprised that Lonzo kind of cheated in, leaving Reggie open? And then the second part is, how much different are you as a player in your mentality than the last time you were with the Knicks?
Yeah, for the first question, I did see Lonzo cheat in a little bit, which gave me like the passing angle to actually get it to Reg to get off a good shot. And for the second one, I mean, with this team, I don't have to do much. Like when I was in Chicago, I always had the pressure of having to score 25, 30 points every night for us to even have a chance. With here, I can kind of like see what the game needs and just try to adjust in a way. If I see somebody with their head down or whatever it is, I'm way more vocal now. And we're just trying to be a leader or just being a newcomer to the team. Like, it's great being on a great young team where everybody's locked in, everybody loves playing with one another, and everybody's on the same page, and that's to win games. So it's perfect.
Brian Mahoney.
Hey, Derrick. It seems like during this winning streak, you know, one game at the end, RJ makes the big plays. One game did Burks. Today, it's you. You know, how does this happen with a team where, you know, it seems like every game when it's close, it's a different guy who makes the step up plays?
Oh yeah, I mean, I haven't had this feeling in a long time, let alone be on the winning streak. So I'm grateful to be in this situation every night. It could be someone different. The biggest thing is Julius setting the tempo every night with putting pressure on the rim, putting pressure on the defense, and we're trying to play around them. Everybody doing their job by spreading the floor, getting to spots, and just trying to make his job easier because he's seeing double teams every night.
We have time for two more questions. Mike Vaccaro.
Derrick, on that play at the end of regulation, I mean, how much of that is experience, knowing how much time 7 seconds actually is and knowing you can actually do something besides just kind of rush up a shot?
I mean, the thought did come to my mind, but like you said, it had to do something with experience. I wanted to drive and act like I was scoring the ball. I think Lonzo was he thought I was going to shoot the layup and came in to like take the ball out. I would think, but I don't know what he was thinking, but I just saw the right read, and I'm a reaction player. Right when I saw him come in a little bit, I fired out the pass.
Mark Berman.
Yeah, one for Derrick, one for Reggie. Derrick, so what was the actual first option on this on the inbounds to? What was the exact first option to do? And for Reggie, you know, with Alec going down, how much more responsibility do you feel that? I mean, you've done great this season, but I mean, do you feel an extra sense to step up with Alec no longer with the team right now?
The first action was with a smack action. The first look was for the smack action for Julius going to the corner. They defended that pretty well. Then I threw it to Kev. And basically, it was just free basketball, like just random basketball. And I just made the right read. That's all it was. And I believe that read. Like, he's a great shooter. He's someone who works on his game every day. So, like, I trust him. I think everybody trusts him to take that shot. Right when he left his hand, everybody kind of knew that was going in.
With Alec being out, I mean, he's an aggressive scorer. He brings so much to this team for his offensive ability that he do on the defensive end. He's definitely a clamper for us also with him being out. But we have 14 other guys that's always ready to be able to step in. Frank came in and played some huge minutes for us tonight. People that, you know, Kev came in and played some huge minutes tonight. So it's all about us collectively doing it again. We are 15, so I mean that's what we have to, you know, stick to and try to pick up for the next man that's out.
Thank you. Please raise your hand if you have a question, and I'll bring you into the room. Rebecca Harlow.
Julius, between you and Zion, I mean, you guys are two of the toughest, most powerful dudes in this league. Can you just take us inside that matchup? What it's like to battle between the two of you?
He's a tough matchup. We all know, he's athletic. He's really long and really quick and nimble on his feet, so he gets to a lot of balls and offensive rebounds that you wouldn't think he would get to him because he's so because he's like I said, he's so long and quick and athletic. He gets to those balls, and he's a tough cover. So yeah, he's really good. Finishes really well around the rim as well.
Ryan Mahoney.
Julius, how would you just sum up this week for you and the team?
Great week for us, man. Anytime you get wins, we took care of home court, then went on the road, took care of the road, and now come back home and take care of home court again. So, I judge things by wins and losses. I know that's kind of, not a great way to judge everything, but at this point in the season, that's how I'm judging it. We're putting ourselves in a position to win, and we're doing the things necessary to win games, and right now we are.
Mark Berman.
I mean, it was a great matchup between you two. Zion had a fine night. How would you sum up your evening? I mean, there was some soft stretches for you in the first quarter. Were you a little tired after that Dallas game?
I'm fine. It's a stretch where, I got to bring it every night, and I got to put my best foot forward and energy for it every night. So I got to do what it takes to win. So I'm fine. Yeah. Answer your question, Mark.
Bobby Childs.
Hey, wait for me,
Julius, you got 18 points, 22 rebounds, and 4 blocks between Taj and Nerlens. What's it like playing with those two defenders?
Man, it's amazing. Those guys cover so much. Wait for me, those guys cover so much, for us on the defensive end, blocking shots, being in the right position. Those guys really anchor our defense. Honestly, they make my job easier. They make our guards' job easier. And it's just amazing to have those two guys behind you. To know if you make mistakes or whatever it is, they're gonna cover for you.
Last question, Mike Vaccaro.
All right, Kenny.
Julius, I assume that you saw Derrick play a lot when you were probably in high school, when he was at his prime. What's it like to play with him now in the stage of his career?
It's amazing. Anytime we know what he brings to the game. But I just love his mentality and his approach. Anytime you got a guy who is constantly gonna make the right play, and selfish play for others. And he's just a dog. He's a winner. And that's really where I relate with him the most, because he's gonna compete every single night. And, like I said, with Nerls and Taj, had that. It's a luxury to have those guys. It's a luxury to have that too as well.
Thank you, Julius.
For sure.